Well, here we are, part 2 of honey extraction at Solitude Acres. We're going to see how many of these we can get done this evening. It's kind of warm out, which is good, I guess, to get the honey out, but it's no fun to work in. We did 10 frames the other day, and that's sitting in a bucket, waiting to get mixed with some of this. We did notice on some of this honey when we were testing it for the moisture content that some of it tastes different than what we originally did, and that's probably because the stuff that we originally did, all those frames, probably earlier in the flow, they were bringing a different nectar at that point. Even though some of these are part of that bunch too, we're sure it tastes like they switched, so we're going to be, throughout this process, tasting a little bit of these and deciding whether we're going to put it in there and mix it with the other, or we're going to set it aside as a different flavor, even though we don't know what those flavors are. One thing I did want to bring up, we did have, and I think we mentioned it in the last video, there was 2 or 3 frames that had wax moth damage and actually wax moths in it. So we ended up freezing all those and got that all cleaned up and dealing with that outside of here. So we're gonna have, getting less honey than we thought by a few frames. But that happens, bees will enjoy it, and we'll move on from there.
All right, well, as you can see, we have a little bit left to go in here. It's already slowed down. We're on our final 4 frames. It's been hot, sweaty, and sticky today. Definitely always a long, drawn-out process because you're having to wait on the honey to come out, and then you got to, go through the straining process of making sure everything is collected, all the wax bits and all that. And then we have buckets of honey that we have to strain another time or 2 to make sure it's completely clean. So we will show you in another video our final count of how much honey we actually do end up with this year. So we did about 24 frames, but we're very blessed with what we have. It seemed like a couple of the frames had a little bit different taste about these 4, so that's why we're doing them in a separate bucket. But we have a lot more of the other kind of honey that had more of a lighter floral taste. This one is a little bit more stronger, maybe even a little more acidic taste. So sometimes that can happen, I guess, if you're pulling honey at different months, just based off what the bees are going to. So thanks for watching, and we will follow up again soon. Make sure you like and subscribe and click the bell so you know when we upload our next video, and we'll catch you next time here on Solitude Acres.